YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video. Guys, we are in the same day as yesterday's upload where we have some discussional talking points around the 4090, and more specific, that video was tailored around if you felt like you needed to upgrade your processor. I do have the newest Ryzen, I do have the newest Intel, and I have the previous Ryzen and the previous Intel, both at the pinnacle of what they have to offer for consumer grade. All right, guys, so listen, this is going to be both simulation and realistic, okay? So the realistic piece to this is that we're going to do a build today. This is not going to be a build video per se, but I like to shoot my content realistically where I'm offering some talking points and just letting you guys know what I'm thinking. This build was purchased. That's the simulation part of it. But it's got an Intel i7 10th generation processor. I've had this chipset brand new in the box, just lying around. And so today I went ahead and actually picked up the components I need to get a build done for it. So we've got the MSI Mag Z590 Tomahawk motherboard, right? So that's going to pair it with that. We've got an SSD, a 989 Pro. It's just 1 terabyte. So I'm just going to throw Windows on there, get some games loaded on there for that. We've got 64 gigs of RAM, Corsair. I like to max out my RAM if I can. DDR5 is the first entry to RAM where I felt like I was okay without needing to max it out fully, but we do have 64 gigs by way of 4 sticks there. The box reads 3600 megahertz. I think I can take this a little bit higher, but we will see. This is all going to fit into the NZXT H7 flow case. I've never built in one of these cases. I've never seen a video on it, so I'm really excited. The way I'm going to cool this processor is going to be the NZXT Kraken. This is the Z63. Now, I showed you guys yesterday. If you haven't seen the video, please check it out. I thought it had some good talking points, but both of my builds in that video have the Z73. So same cooler. This has 2 fans, that has 3 fans. Typically with this, if you're getting an NZXT case, you probably go with like an H1, but this is an H7. I just wanted to see what this one was about. So that's how we're going to cool it. And then we got the Mac Daddy, right? So we're going to have some symmetry here by way of the MSI 4090 graphics card. So MSI, right? That's going to be the theme here. So I do have a power supply laying around, so I didn't need to buy one of those. So what I'm going to do is roll my intro, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some interesting things that I've seen. This video is going to be shot for you to be able to see what it's like with this build, right? Couple of generations old, 3 generations old to be specific, and how it does with like a 3080 Ti, so that you know if it's really worth jumping up to this guy if you've got that kind of chipset, or if you feel like it's a bottleneck. After the intro. Right, give you guys a look at this case while it's open. So it's got a top that goes here, got a front panel that goes there, and I love the way that they've done the sides where the glass just kind of drops in and presses in. So it's toolless essentially. Same for the back. Really nice. I don't have much going into this, right? Only the one NVMe. Literally everything that I showed you guys is what we're working with. The power supply I have not installed yet. But we do got cables managed. This is a Fantex Revolt X. A couple of years ago, I did a 2 PC in 1 case. This is a PSU you need for it. It's 1200 watts, 80 platinum certified. So I do need to plug in the HD audio cable. These 3 cables, if you can guess, I've got them all zipped up, are going to be for NVIDIA's adapter. They give you an adapter, 3-headed monster. 1 proprietary end goes into GPU, 3 goes into there. That's what these 3 are. Yes, sir. It's got that managed all nice and clean. 24 pin CPU, everything else is done there. So we got 3 fans intaking. Excuse the background noise. I got children. It is what it is. We've got exhaust 2 140s, and yeah, we've got the 120s here. So nice clean aesthetic, no crazy RGB. There'll be some illumination here, then I'll have something there, but this is looking real good, guys. Let's go ahead and get this finished. We'll have some more talking time. All right, the top on there, like I said, it's all toolless. It just snaps into place. Very nice. Very nice. The front too, some nice clean aesthetic. This case is nice, man. I've never built in this. I've built in so many NZXT cases. It's pathetic. A lot of H1s, but this is really done well. I'm a little disappointed I won't be able to get this core to hang the way I want it to, because the GPU is gonna force me to have this pushed up, but I'm hopeful that I can get a clean aesthetic. Performance is what matters, but I still want my build to be clean. So let's have a little bit of talking point. When you're picking your motherboard, you want to make sure that you are picking around some of the features you're going to want. For example, this board does feature what's called a USB-C connection. It's on the motherboard. So in order for you to be able to utilize the C port there, you got to make sure the case and the motherboard actually has that. Likewise, if your computer had more than 2 USB-A ports on the top, let's say it had 4, you'd want to find a motherboard that would have 2 3.0 connectors. MSI does make some that have one on the side and one on the bottom. This one only has one, but again, you just want to kind of plan that out meticulously. This board is a 590. Now this is a 10th generation processor, so there's some technology, some M.2 Gen 4 technology I cannot take advantage of, which is why I went with the 980. And back to this 980 as in like Nana Pro. So this is a Gen 3 M.2 NVMe. Buying a Gen 4 would have done absolutely nothing for me. So again, guys, you know, when we talk about like even me now not using my i9 13900K, I don't have a Z790 board. I have a 690 board, but you want to make sure that you have your stuff aligned up, right? So again, this is 10th generation Intel stuff. So the 490 was for it. This is a 590 board. So right there, just in that generation gap, Gen 4 was introduced, and I cannot take advantage of that because I don't have the processor that can do so. So it's just small things like that, but it's not going to be a deal breaker. We do have 32 gigs of RAM. So we got 2 16 sticks and then 2 16 sticks. We've got the one drive. We talked about the power supply. It's a very nice and attractive case. Now we're going to get the big body GPU in here. I know you guys probably want to know what the hell all that noise was. 2 of my kids in here just making all this noise.
That's the TV.
I get it. It's you guys.
It's the TV.
All right. S95B on Xbox Series X. Let me get back to my build. All right, so got the graphics card right here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing mounted in here. It's actually not that bad of a card in terms of its how wide it is. Just that radiator is pretty big, but should fit in here no problem. Let's go ahead and get it inserted. I don't have Windows installed on this yet, so I'm gonna get that done, but this case is nice, totally open, right? So completely open. The front, everything is toolless, so this can pull off, but it has a filter built in, as I said. So all good there. Cable management. I'll get this thing all set up in just a second. Turn it on, see what's going on with it, but yes, sir. Let's get you a good look at this. Graphics card's huge, nice brace. Absolutely hate this, but you know what? It works, saves you some money. I ordered a PSU from Asus that is actually CIE 5.0, and it was $400+. So yeah, things need to normalize a little bit. Stuff is hard to get right now, so it's a tough time to buy. But yeah, I think this is beautiful. Turned out attractive. Get these panels on here, and here we are with a glass side on this thing. Now this car does have a switch, this particular one. You go left to right. Right is gaming, left is silent. It is silent, it is on silent, but you know, I'll get that turned on. I don't give a darn about how loud something is. This car, the end game that this goes into is gonna be massive. But yeah, I will do a fresh build when I have this and what it needs to be in, but this is more of a project, right? To get more engagement going. All right, let me get this thing set up. We'll come right back